Well, sadly, you guys, it's never going to be Manny and Me Day again because I was informed by a viewer that it's not Manny and Me. The X stands for by, like 4 by 4. So it's Manny by Me, which does make more sense now that I think about it. But, I don't know. She also informed me that it was rude to, you know, buy a box knowing that I wasn't going to like it and then complain about it. But, I give zero craps and I does what I wants. So it's Manny Me Day. It's Manny Me Day. I've got it wrong for this long. I'm gonna continue on this way. But seriously, who else knew this and didn't tell me? What kind of friends are you? I don't care. Alright, you guys, we have the Manny by Me box today. And if you don't know, it is a monthly subscription box. And my hands aren't going to match what I'm saying because I'm having to do a voiceover, but who cares, right? Let's take a look at this box and see what's in it. It is like $25 a month, and I buy 2, and I always give 1 away, and sometimes I give them both away. Is the Manny by Me. I'm gonna have a really hard time, and I feel really uncomfortable even saying it. Manny by Me. The card that tells you what is in it. So the Retrograde is a powdery duochrome blue that shifts with flashes of milky silver for out of the world shine, and then sticky black. And that is supposedly formulated to dry longer duration of tackiness, so the polish grips onto powders and foils. We're gonna put it to the test for sure. So we have a sticky black and retrograde. So I went ahead and polished my nails with, from last year. I went and dug it up. So last year there was a Celestial. This one is super glittery, and if I remember right, when I tried to stamp with it, it stamped okay, but it's really gritty and kind of scratches your plate when you scrape it. And you can see it's got a lot of glitter in it. And I went ahead and painted my nails with it. And you can, let me turn my flash on. You can barely see the sparkle, and it is kind of gritty. Like there's some texture there. I left this finger bare so that we could put the sticky black on it and see if we can get the sun sign to attach to it, adhere to it. Anyway, this blue is beautiful, but that took like 4 coats. This one I put over white. Okay, here's the difference. This one looked a little green, so I really didn't like it that much. It's not as pretty over white, but I haven't put it over this blue yet. I think it'll be pretty over the blue. We'll see. All right, the powder, of course, comes with a little makeup spongy thing. I would rather use a brush. All right, first, the question is, does this stamp? I'm guessing that it will stamp. Picked up fine. And let's just stick that there and really quickly take some of that and see if we can get it to stick. No. Not really. A little bit, but no. All right, so next. This is the way I prefer to use powders like this to stamp with, you're going to want to use a stamper that maybe this one is old and kind of cloudy. So I'm going to take some of that powder and I'm going to buff it on the stamper. And then I'm going to buff it in with my finger too. And then we're going to try to pick up this image. And that worked. And you're just going to brush off the excess. And you're going to want to top coat it. And I absolutely do recommend using the smudge-free top coat because it is a water-based. And that's going to keep your stamping from being, no matter how you use it, like more glittery than like foil, like the powder is meant to be. And then I'm going to kind of buff that on with my finger too. I mean, it's better if your polish underneath is a little dry too. You don't want it wet or it might stick to all of it and your stamping not show up that great. All right, let's try some foil. All right, so I am going to wipe off with some alcohol the back of this foil just to be sure there's no like cloudiness or anything that is going to hinder the foil. And I'm going to use an image that is pretty heavy, so like thick lines. And I'm going to do it fast. But let's see. You know, so there's a lot of polish. Do it quick. Huh? Well, it actually did work, but you really for sure need to be quick. Looks pretty. It's like not completely filled in, and it's for sure too dry to get it any more on there. So be fast, but that did work. This is, I feel like, going to be a little tricky to get this powder to go on like they did it. I'm going to take this black sticky base, or sticky black. I am liking this because it's not matte like, so straight up black, it is matte and it's kind of hard to work with sometimes. So, I mean, my favorite black polish all around is Bases Loaded Lacquer. It stamps, it's a one coat black, it watermarbles, it's beautiful. Okay. Any polish should work. If you get it with the the tackiness just right, you want to make sure that that's an even coat. So, like one part isn't thicker than the other, so it dries slower. It's got to be, it's kind of hard. I mean, if I'm going to do powder, I would much rather just use gel and not have to worry about it. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna do like 60 seconds, and while that's drying just a little bit, I am going to take this and I'm going to buff the gold in. Again, I don't really like using these sponges because sometimes you end up with like stripes, and I kind of did that with when I was doing it the first time they're stamping. I could see that I had like stripes. I'm going to even it up though, make sure that it's buffed in good and like solid. Now you want this like sticky, but not wet. So I am going to touch it. It's been, well, you know how it's been. I didn't fast forward this part. Okay, it's not like smudging. So let's go for it. All right, see, that's the problem. That part right there was still just a tad too wet. So I'm gonna let that dry a second. So it picked it up. I don't know. I just don't like that method. But if you are struggling with powder any other way, I mean, you could try this method. Maybe it would work better for you. I mean, I think this is very pretty, but I want to see what it looks like over blue. So while that's drying, man, this is a long video. Ooh. Ooh, that really looks good over the black or over the dark blue. I mean, it would look pretty over black too. Let's do earth here. This, of course, is a giveaway video, so US only on this one, I'm sorry. Oh. No. No. It picked up fine, but it didn't really show up over that dark like I hoped it would. And you can see it on there, it picks up and everything, but yeah, it doesn't really show up on the dark. No. It's pretty polished, but I don't know if it, I don't think it would stamp really over anything. You can't see it. All right, so if you work with pigments or powders at all, I highly recommend getting one of these switch sponges. This one came from Lantern and Wren. It is Alina, but I bought it from Lantern and Wren. It's a pixie dry brush cleaner. So, I mean, even for your makeup, you just clean your brush on here. It gets all the, even this kind of powder off the brushes. Love this thing. Then I've just been cleaning my stamper on here. The sticky stamper station, but you can use a lint roller, whatever. Just some tape is all you need. Okay, there's the finished mani. I really like these, and I like this. I don't know that I like them together, but that's just what it is, and I'm not going to redo it. But my final thoughts, I really like the sticky black, and I didn't grade these, so I'm going to give this an A for stamping, a B for staying sticky, because as far as I'm concerned, it's not any better than my Bases Loaded Lacquer on the black stamping polish or any other stamping polish. It doesn't stay tacky any longer. It did pick up the foil. It did stamp if you put the pigment on first, but any stamping polish will do that. Is it, as far as the powder goes, did it stamp any better or look any better than just gold stamping polish? No, I don't think so. I mean, if you're going to use powder, in my opinion, I would rather use gel. It just makes it look more like a mirror finish than you can get. I actually think it does better if you put it directly on the nail and you buff it in really well. If the polish, it's just too hard to get it, you know, the perfect amount of dry where it'll stick and not pick up like it did on me. The retrograde, it's a beautiful polish. It doesn't show up over the dark. So as far as the stamping polish, it did take quite a few coats to get that, but it's beautiful over this dark too. It makes it really look like a nice chrome polish. So I do like it, but don't put it over white unless you like that greenish looking tint. I think maybe over a light blue it would look really pretty too. So I mean, for a polish, it's a good polish. It's an A. But as a stamping polish, no, it didn't stamp on anything. Okay, and this, we'll go back a year. If you have Celestial, it does stamp nice. It absolutely does not look like that on your nail because it's just like stuck to the bottle, all that glitter. And it did, as you could tell, make scratchy, gritty noise on my plate and make it kind of hard to pick up. But overall, I mean, I like this box. Okay, here is a perfect example. You guys know whenever I'm swatching like bases loaded lacquer or other regular polishes that are really sparkly and flaky and beautiful, but it takes 2 or 3 coats because it is a jelly base, or I put a coat or 2 on and then I sponge it on. This Celestial is the perfect example. If it was a jelly, all that glitter that you see through the glass of the bottle that looks so gorgeous would be on your nail if you sponged it, or if it was a jelly base. But being it's a 1 coat and it stamps and it's so opaque, that hides all the glitter. So the actual base of this polish is covering up the glitter, so it's not going to show through unless you sponge it on. Okay, thanks for joining me, and remember to, you know, if you're from the US, give me, I mean, you can give me a comment down below, but let me know if you're from the US and you want entered into win this Manny and Me set, and not this one, a new one. I've reused this, but make sure you enter the other giveaway, the 12 Days of Christmas. Go check that out. I've actually got like 15 things I'm putting in that giveaway because I forgot I had another stamping station that I was going to give away with that too. So that's going to go in there too with the rest of the stuff. Knocking stuff over. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Bye. What? You don't like the tree? You don't like the tree? No? No. Hey, you don't like the tree?
No.
Why not? Oh, you do like the tree? You like the tree? Would you like to, no, would you like to hang that on the tree? Yeah. Yes. Here.
That's an awfully big ornament.
Okay, he don't like it on there. Who is that? Is that Riley? Yeah. She loves you. Yeah. Not our dog, by the way. What? Did you poops?
Boogie boogie boo. Boogie boogie boo. Boogie boogie boo. Boogie boogie boo.